Right, we're ready to continue on with LSU. We'll ask Coach McMahon for just a couple of general thoughts on the game, then we'll take your questions just for the two student athletes, and then allow them to return to the locker room, and then we'll finish up with your questions for Coach. Coach, would you begin?
All right, thank you, Claude. Disappointing end to a challenging couple of months for us and our team, but really want to give a lot of credit to Mississippi State. I thought they were terrific. They were locked in and ready to go. They played with incredible efficiency on the offensive end. We had just played them, 10, 11 days ago. Obviously very concerned about Hubbard. His shot making just phenomenal. Even when we trapped him, he was still able to defeat the traps and get buckets. And then I thought their bench was huge. Murphy, Harris, and Jones, particularly those three, came in and played at a high level. Unfortunately, in the first half, turnovers and missed free throws were really detrimental to us and our opportunity to hang around in the game. And Mississippi State certainly made us pay with probably their best three-point shooting night of the season.
All right, questions for either of the student athletes? Raise your hand. We'll get one of the floor mics to you. Let's go ahead and start in the middle second row.
Jordan, you had 20 points here, 5 steals. I guess, did you try to come out with an extra level of aggression?
Yeah, of course. You always want to come out, play aggressive, be the attacker. Just kind of throw the first punch, so to say. But yeah, just come out, be aggressive. Do all you can do, especially on the defensive end.
Other questions for either of the student athletes? All right, let's go back to the second row.
Yeah, I think I'm the only LSU coverage here, so I might dominate it. Rob, you had a good outing in their first SEC tournament game. I guess, what'd you see out there? I think you only missed one shot.
Repeat that again.
What'd you see out there? You only missed one shot.
Just being able, my teammates being able to get me open and keep the confidence rolling, and just knowing that I can be consistent when I have the ball in my hands and making the right plays for everybody.
Other questions for either? Let's go to the left side, third row.
For either of you, obviously we talked about how Mississippi State shot the 3-ball really, really well. LSU, you guys struggled from beyond the arc, shooting only 19%. How hard is it to match a team like Mississippi State when they're hitting, when you're not able to land those deep balls?
Jordan, would you take that one?
I would say, it's tough. It's tough. You got to kind of keep fighting through it, try to find other ways to score the ball and be efficient on the offensive side, especially when the 3 ball's not falling. Maybe whether that's attacking more or, drawing fouls, things like that. But still credit again, they shot the heck out of the ball. So, but it's tough sometimes when you can't match the 3-point, barrage, I guess that you could say. But yeah, just trying to find other ways to stay efficient and score the ball. See if we can, kind of cut different things down.
Other questions for either of the student athletes? Raise your hand. All right, thank you, fellas. You can return to the locker room.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, we'll continue on with questions for Coach McMahon. If you have a question, raise your hand, and we'll get one of the remote mics to you. Okay, let's start the second row.
I guess when you got to the locker room, what'd you tell your team? What was the message?
Oh, I just thanked them for the opportunity to coach them this season, and then just talked about some of the life lessons that you encounter along the journey. Obviously it's a lot more fun when you win and things go the way you would like, but how you respond and handle that, the lessons you take from it, the things you learn, the relationships hopefully that have been built as you move forward. So it was a very brief and short message there.
All right, next question, third row in the middle.
Elijah Campbell for WNKT in Columbia. Coach, they got a lot of steals. They're really aggressive on the ball, Mississippi State was. What kind of little things, or I guess what are the little things that they do defensively that can really frustrate teams?
Well, I think Coach Jans has always done an outstanding job on the defensive side of the ball. They have great, number one, they have great on-ball defenders. Matthews, I think, is as good as anyone in the country guarding the basketball. Then when you do get a slight advantage and you beat them, they do a great job of converging on the basketball, very active hands, get a lot of steals there. It's why they give up such a high percentage of three-point shots, not necessarily the shooting percent, I'm saying percentage of shots taken. When they converge on the ball, you got to spray it out, and you got to be able to step up and knock down threes against them. I think in SEC play they gave up 11 made threes a game, and we just weren't able to knock some of those shots down today. And credit to them for their pressure and aggressiveness on the defensive side.
Other questions? Raise your hand. All right, let's go back to the second row in the middle.
I know Victorious and Corey were both out due to injury. Is that why they didn't travel today?
Yes, both still out, have not been able to return to practice. Corey's had the foot injury. Victorious has had the ankle sprain, from the last game against Mississippi State. And so with them being injured, no reason to miss a week of school. So they're back doing their rehab and handling their academics.
Other questions? Did you have another one? Go ahead.
Yeah, he can fire away.
I know obviously this ends the SEC part of the season, but have you, I guess, given any thought about potential NIT qualification?
Yeah, we haven't even looked that far down the road. Just been locked in on trying to figure out ways to give ourselves a chance as we've had some of these injuries and illnesses and such down the stretch. So haven't even thought about what the next step would be there.
Is there anybody else that might have a question right now? All right, let's go ahead.
If this does turn out to be the last game you coach this team, I guess, how will you remember this season?
Yeah, there'll be plenty of time to reflect on that. I think, the disappointing piece is it felt like our trajectory was good. Winning the 9 games in the league last year to get in the top half, having a strong non-conference schedule there, going 11-2. But then, whether it was just unable to get the job done at the level required, combination with the injuries, the overwhelming level of talent and quality of teams in the SEC, just weren't able to produce the type of results we wanted in league play.
All right, far left on the back.
Matt, Pete Thamel from ESPN. There's a pretty linear line between NIL investment and the place in the standings for teams. Can you just give us a snapshot of what you hope next year looks like for you in that realm, and how I assume, and I've seen publicly said, like things will be a little bit different for LSU?
Yeah, I think there's great credit there, Pete, to the SEC as a whole, and it's why you've seen the separation in college basketball. The SEC's been really good the last 2 years, 8 teams in the tournament, having great success because of the NIL investment that's been made. Retention has been incredible in the league. Some guys who probably could be playing in the NBA or at least the G League stayed. And then because of the continued investment, you've seen teams go out and bring in other teams' best players from the Power 5 leagues. And I think that combination has, of age, experience, and talent acquisition has led to this historical season for the SEC. And so it's great credit to those programs, and we certainly want to be a part of that.
We've got time for one more question. Anyone? All right, let's go ahead and take it. Third row.
Yeah, you mentioned obviously the strength of the SEC. What is it like to go through a league like this?
Well, this year has been obviously a gauntlet. I mean, you look at the quality of the teams, the talent, the age and experience. Over the last 5 years, the SEC's clearly had the most NBA draft picks. Now a lot of the retention in the league with the acquisition of player, getting Virginia Tech's best player coming into the league, Michigan State starting point guard, Iowa starting point guard, Duke starting power forward, and on down the line. Not to mention the fact you have Hall of Fame coaches. It's the best of the best. And that's why you've seen this historical season for the league.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach.
All right. Thank you.